there, this is Kelly. I thought I'd talk a little bit about choices. So we all have multiple choices every day that we make. Countless choices. The choice to get out of bed, the choice when to go to the bathroom, what to eat, where to go, whether or not to go to work, where we work, and which way to turn to head to a location, when to leave, on and on and on. So life is also full of danger. And so those choices lead us to our current position on the planet. And sometimes some of the choices I make put me in some people's minds in potential harm's way, and in some cases that is true for sure. We all have a different threshold, training, experience, level of competency in various areas. We all have a personal threshold of fear and a personal ability threshold as well. We also have a lot of other mitigating circumstances, and the totality of the circumstances deem whether or not I make a choice that may put me into a position that for some it might seem a death wish or too much danger. Well, we all have to live and potentially even die based upon our choices. And for me, living on the safe side of danger, my personal threshold, of course that's a fine line and it's a moving scale. But to me that is what makes life worth living. So for some, they may not understand that. They're more comfortable watching TV for fun on the couch, and they may die slowly of a disease, or maybe they'll be fine and live to a ripe old age. But that is how I live my life. So remember though that judging others based upon our own paradigm are ineffectual, because everybody has a different paradigm. Everybody has a different threshold of fear and competency and even pain and physical ability, mental ability, and even mental wherewithal to overcome fear to stay alive. We all have an inherent fear, and that's what allows us to survive as long as we do. But for me, mitigating that fear and yet still staying within a safe zone to allow me to continue the next day, equal numbers of departures and returns, is the key. And so for me, that makes me live a more well-rounded, full of life, full of vitality life. And that is what makes life partially worth living. Also, sharing those experiences and inspiring others does as well. Loving something beyond myself, which is all of my fans and family and friends and my amazing, loving, significant other. So, just wanted to share that a little bit, because everybody has a different fear factor, a different threshold of what's safe and acceptable. And sometimes we cross that line and it could be our last mistake. Turning left out of the driveway versus turning right, or crossing the street at a particular crosswalk at a particular time, or going to a glacier and it calves and you can't get away. So, we're flying on a plane or driving in a car, the list goes on and on. So just be cognizant that we all have different fear factors and different paradigms and thresholds of competency and level of acuity and level of the capacity to overcome fear and still maintain equal numbers of departures and returns. So while you're out there adventuring and living life, be safe. And get outdoors and go wild and follow your wildest dreams. Until we meet again.